So everyone has been raving about the Master KG record, the Remix to Jerusalem, which had Burna Boy on it. And this is actually like his second crossover song in Nigerian music industry after the Skeleton. Was it Skeleton movie?
Yeah, Skeleton movie.
2018, right?
2018/19.
Last 19, and then Jerusalem. How is it doing this? He's not the first person to have the first African artist to have a crossover hit in Nigeria over the couple, even Party After Party guy did it recently. But what contributes to these things? Having a crossover hit in Nigeria from another African country.
What contributes to these things is basically number one. Let's look at everybody that has crossed over across the world. Say from other African countries to Nigeria, from Africa to other parts of the world, anywhere. The major underlying factor is we can't necessarily say some of these people, except it's part of the Afrobeats to the World movement, and you basically thought that, oh, let me go and feature this person, or maybe like a Master KG Jerusalem remix, he wanted this song to penetrate Nigeria. That was why I featured Burna Boy. That's a fact. However, if you are going to look at everybody before that, like I was saying, the songs resonated. Like there's something about those songs that resonates with people, and that's facts only. Party After Party, the beat itself resonates with you. And then when you hear Party After Party, it's funny. You want to turn it into something. Nigerians jumped on it and turned it into something other thing. Party After Party, they were turning it into other things. My mothers were dancing Party After Party. People were dancing Party After Party and putting it on TikTok. Let's go back to when Awilolo Logomba crossed over to Nigeria in the early 2000s and late 1970s, early 2000s. What was it about them? The sound itself was unique. The sound penetrated Nigeria so much that gospel artists, Tope Alabi, they were jumping on Makossa and Sukus, that's that Congolese sound. They were jumping on those sounds. They were remixing those sounds. Aside that, some of the things, the chants and the ad-libs that Willow was turning out, Nigerian artists were turning them into anything. Nigerians turn it, oh go lo paya Willow. Some of those things have to have the ability to resonate with people and penetrate. Let's come to some parts of the future. Let's go to Koffi Olomide. Those things resonated with people. Cabo Snoop, resonated with people. Fally Ipupa, all of them throughout history, they resonate with people, and whatever they are saying resonates with everybody. And that's why most Nigerian artists keep getting it wrong when they feature foreign artists. That's the entire point of this conversation. And when they intend to cross over to other parts of the world.
How does a Nigerian artist, think about what resonates with everybody around the world? Because now it's not just breaking into other African countries, it's breaking into the United Kingdom, breaking into the United States of America. How do you pinpoint what resonates with the people there?
First things first, you can't say you want to cross over to a particular country if you're a Nigerian. For example, you might create a song that just cracks it in parts of the world. You might be that lucky. For example, Burna Boy's Ye, he didn't plan for that song to be that big. One of the major reasons, aside the fact that the song is an amazing song, and it was arguably Nigeria's song of the year in 2018, and it has a catchy hook. That's one of the parts of it. But before we get to that, Burna Boy didn't necessarily plan for it. The theory is that when people started searching for Kanye West's Ye on Spotify and other streaming platforms, Burna Boy's song kept coming up, and a lot of people started clicking on it. And one way or the other, people got to know about that song. And the song itself resonates with people. Yeah. It's something that you want to talk about. When Burna Boy went on Rap Radar with Elliot Wilson, it's one of the songs that I asked him to break down. So the parts of, going back to the point that I was trying to make is, you have to study the country and the terrain that you're trying to break into. You can't go there without a strategy. You have to go in there understanding their patterns of behavior, what resonates with them, what they want to listen to, the language that resonates with them. For example, do people think Drake was stupid when he was making More Life and he was rapping and he was saying thing? And he was rapping in parts and he was speaking like he was from London. Do people think he was stupid? Do people think Drake was stupid when he went on Charlie Sloth's Fire in the Booth and started rapping like with the British with a London accent, underground London accent. People think he was stupid. He was not stupid. That's the thing about what's going to sell you to those people. They don't know you. Aside the fact that your music might be good, and the UK, for example, right now has a huge Afro movement because the people in the country are second or third generation or even first generation immigrants from Africa and other parts of the Caribbean. So they enjoy these sounds. Aside that, you have to understand the things that they enjoy, the sounds that even though your sound, the African sound is amazing, anybody can resonate with it, anybody can love it. But you have to understand certain parts of it. You have to know that this is the part of the sound that they might like, create a catchy hook that they might want to create, that they might want to recreate and talk about. Create catchy conversations around your song, something that will keep them coming back. Look at when Gangnam Style crossed over from was a K-pop song that became the most viewed video on YouTube in the US and became a #1 song in the US. It was not. It might have been a coincidence. It might not have planned for it. But what was the major thing that sold that song? What sold that song was Open Gangnam Style. You can be cooking in your house and repeat it. You can be. People were creating. There was a challenge culture around Gangnam Style. People were dancing Gangnam Style. Ellen, all of them on their shows, on Oprah, everybody was dancing Gangnam Style. So you have to create something that could resonate with them, and that was what Master KG and Awilo and the rest of everybody, that was what they got right. Again, it might not have been intentional, but they got it right. What's Soul Skeleton Move? It's a good song. The beat is good. But the fact that Nigerians could actually say Bode Thomas, it was not saying Bode Thomas. But the fact that Nigerians could relate with it. And as a matter of fact, a lot of Nigerians even thought it was saying Bode Thomas, and because of that, some Nigerians thought it was a Nigerian song. For example, Make by Muncha Saneli. The major reason why that song gained attention in Lagos and other parts of the country is that people you can be somewhere and be listening to it. There's a chant to it. So when people were chanting Bode Thomas, it resonated with Nigerians and they accepted it subconsciously. Before they knew, that song was a hit in Nigeria at its height. You can't argue that. So that's the first part of it. The second part of it is the part of Jerusalem. Nigerian artists should be able to learn something from it. From time immemorial, music journalists that actually understand what they're doing have been complaining about the patterns through which Nigerian artists go about foreign features. It's been a problem for a long time. Because Nigerian artists seem to just throw foreign features together and expect it to work. It might not work, brother. It might work, but it might not work at the end of the day. A foreign feature is not a master key to the door. For example, you can't say because you have talent you are going to make it in football. If talent was the key, Raven Morrison will be a superstar. I'm sorry, but that's a fact. Atem Ben Arfa will be a superstar. Injuries might come in. Your attitude might be a problem. Strategy is a part of things. Dedication and discipline, so understanding the craft and understanding how you can take that talent and the success you have had yet to that place it requires discipline and understanding that a foreign feature is not a master key.
How do you choose these features? Because it's one thing to choose them, it's another thing to also get access to these artists that you think will break you into the international market. So how do you think, what are the strategies, what are these pieces, to choosing these artists to feature?
I think the thing is, a lot of people are also unnecessarily obsessed with the concept of featuring a foreign artist. Features might not necessarily, features still have power, don't get me wrong, features have a lot of power, a lot of power. But sometimes, some acts and some songs don't necessarily need features on them to be able to break through. A feature still has power. Beyonce's feature on Savage Remix is why that song is #1. Facts. However, in some places, some songs don't even need to come out of the hard drive that they've been in. They don't. Wizkid's Shabarangs, for example, that song was dead on arrival. It wasn't about the fact that it featured a lot of superstars on it. Trey Songz, French Montana, Chris Brown. Trey Songz was coming off a good run at the time. French Montana was in a good run. He even came to Nigeria around that time for the Mamas, and where Burna Boy did the freestyle, that was a good moment, by the way. Anybody that understood music at the time knew that song was dead on arrival. I tweeted about it. A lot of people attacked me for it, but who wins now? Facts only. So at the end of the day, sometimes you have to watch the song that the feature is going with. Back again to Jerusalem and Master KG. Jerusalem has been around in Nigeria. It's been gaining buzz for the past, say, 6 months. Since December, basically, since the video dropped in December. It's been gaining a lot of attention in Nigeria. Maybe not a lot, say niche attention. But then all of a sudden, Burna Boy jumps on the remix. And poof. Master KG was intentional with that. He understood it. Oh, Burna Boy is a superstar. That's the first step, understanding the right person to feature on a particular song. By talent, by style, and then by the appeal that they might bring to the song, by what they can bring to that song. Those 3 things, he understood it. That's the first step, part of the number 1 point. Number 2, the foreign feature has to participate on your song. One of the major reasons why it blew my mind, gained a lot of attention, was because Chris Brown was on this song with the full might of participation. He came for the video. He was dancing in the rain in the video. Manufactured in us, wasn't the real rain. Wasn't real rain. Participation is important. People have to. When people are watching music videos and they are watching foreign features, the shock value is going to go away. It's going to go about how the foreign feature resonates with them, or how the feature resonates with them. You have to be able to understand that this feature is doing something that I'm enjoying. It's not just about listening to what the person is saying. Even by listening to what they're saying, you have to be able to understand that they are putting in something. The mind has to resonate with the fact that they are putting in something. Burna Boy went into that verse and first he spoke in a foreign language and then brought it back to Nigerianism and was doing great things on it. It sold the song instantly. Before the song dropped, there was a leaked part of it that was floating on social media. That was the first time that gained attention. Everybody resonated with it. Everybody was like, oh, this is fire. And then when immediately the song dropped 3 days ago, it has taken over everywhere. Airplay, people streaming, social media, the conversations are around it. It is blowing up. The song might be, a lot of people might say it's a hit. No, it's not a hit. It will need a little while before it becomes a hit. But the signs are there that it could become a hit. And aside that, it's not even about it becoming a hit or not being a hit, that is the factor. The factor is that a feature took the song from nothing, from niche, into the mainstream, and everybody's talking about it. That's what Nigerian artists need to learn about features, the power of features and the power of crossover. And there's a lot to gather from all these instances, a lot to gather, a lot. And that's factual.